It's funny. People always ask me. They go, Trevor, how do you laugh when the news is sad? How do you find the jokes and everything? I tell people it's not that I find things funny. It's that my mind uses that as a tool to protect me from pain. And I always see that come up whenever there's instances that pop up in the news. And one of those instances was in Tulsa. There was a shooting, another shooting. A man by the name Terence Crutcher, an unarmed black man, right, was killed by the police. Now, this time, the man's car was stranded in the middle of the road. And the police say they pulled up, and they weren't there because they thought he was threatening or anything. They had a call, and they got there, and this man was there, and they said he refused to listen to their instructions. It's not really clear what happened. But what we do know is this. After the police released a statement, they then released a video, and that video doesn't look good.
Video from a police chopper shows 40-year-old Terence Crutcher walking toward his SUV, hands in the air, as officers surrounded him Friday night. It's difficult to see exactly what happened as Crutcher approached the driver's side window of his SUV, but police say he was not cooperating.
Okay, I don't get that, not cooperating. Because, I mean, it sure looks like cooperation. His hands are up, right? Unless the cop was like, put your hands in the air. And now wave them like you just don't care. And he was like, but I do care. Oh, you're not cooperating, you're not cooperating. We got a guy who cares over here. Like, look, don't get me wrong, it looks cut and dry to me, but the truth is, I wasn't there. None of us were there, none of us were there. We're never there in those situations. We don't know what happened before the video. We don't know what the cop expected when they got there. We don't know if the guy was on drugs or not on drugs. What we do know is this. It seems extremely easy to get shot by police in America, which is not right. No? And now, obviously, in a situation like this, when a white officer shoots a black person, the first accusation is racism. Right? And the police officer's first defense is, but what about all the black people I haven't shot?
Did him being a big black man play a role in her perceived danger?
No, him being a large man perceived a role in her being in danger. She's worked in this part of town for quite some time. And, you know, just the week before, she was at an all-black high school homecoming football game.
Oh, yeah. She was at a football game, yeah. You know what the truth is? I'm willing to accept that this police officer is not racist. But her lawyer's defense has introduced us to one of the bigger problems that you face in America. You know, because in an American city, there's an all-black high school, and that's normal instead of weird. You know, living in a society where racial divisions are so deeply baked into every part of society that we don't even notice it anymore. An all-black high school? That's a phrase which, by the way, is never followed by, oh, you're talking about the one in the nice part of town? Yeah, I know it. Racial divisions are so normalized in society that people possess a bias that they don't even realize they have. Just listen, like in the video of the policeman in the helicopter, listen to what he says about Terence Crutcher, right? Listen to him as he's flying over the scene.
This guy's still walking and following commands.
Not for taser, I think.
Got a feeling that's about to happen.
That looks like a bad dude, too.
I'm sorry, what does that mean? What exactly about that man looks bad to you from all the way up there in your helicopter? He's not holding a weapon. His hands are up. He doesn't even have a hoodie on. I mean, isn't that the international sign for bad dude? Yeah? You can't tell anything about this man from up in the helicopter except for one thing. He's black. That's the only thing you can tell. And you cannot deny we live in a world where people see a black man and they're more likely to think, oh, I might get robbed. So people think. It's implicit bias. Everyone has it. I'm even guilty of that. I walk down the street, and I won't lie to you, I've never seen a white man walking down the street and thought, damn, I hope this guy doesn't mug me. Yeah, I have crossed the street, though, because I'm like, oh, I better keep this dude away from my pension fund. You know, this banker-looking mother. I do cross the street. But you can't deny that there's a bias. And people going around on Twitter and people saying things in the news where they're like, oh, these black people need to calm down, why they're rioting, why they're saying this. Just ask yourself this question. If the only time you encounter black people is when they're policing crime, think about it. If the only time you encounter black people is when you're policing crime, then your only experience of black people is that they're criminals. That's your only experience of them. It's the same way As if the only time you see a Muslim man is when he's on the news for blowing something up. Then in your head, all Muslims are terrorists. But if you live in a city like New York, for instance, that's filled with Muslims, you see that guy on the news and then you bitch about terrorism to the guy who's making your kebab, who's also Muslim. You'd be like, oh, this terrorism is getting crazy here, babe. It's getting crazy. I know, Jeremy, these Sunnis, what are you going to do about it, huh? Then the truth is you can't fix racial bias overnight. You genuinely can't, all right? The one thing you can do is not think black people are crazy for feeling oppressed when every time they see a video of themselves being engaged by the police, it ends with them getting shot. Hey there, thanks for watching. If you like that video, click below to subscribe, or click here to delete the internet. Yes, you found the button. Please be careful. Delete the entire internet right here.